of all you lovely people. It is Saturday, which means it is the Spirited Saturday, and that's always, always, always a good thing. And I have no idea what we're talking about. Yeah. Usually we have some kind of rota, or we have like a rota of different topics that are all related, or we have questions that we know we're answering on the blog that I still don't know how to access. I can't figure it out. But today, I don't know. Elena usually does that. Well, and Elena's okay, by the way. She's hasn't posted for a while, but she's doing well, and she's alive. Well, she said she's doing well, but I know for sure she's alive. And she's just finding life is really, really fast-paced and busy for her, and she's just a bit overwhelmed. But that's okay. She's coming back. She's not gone. Yeah, so I decided to do something that was kind of something that I strive to have unique to me, which is, and it shouldn't be unique, everybody should be able to do this, but something that I really, really value is the power of being positive, and the power of thinking positive, and the power of feeling positive. Which is really ironic, because I got labeled with a bad attitude in my clinic at one point. And I don't have a bad attitude, I have a realistic attitude, which is different, I think. But anyway, that's not what I was going to get into. Yeah. The power of positives. If we don't tap in to the power of them and how truly influential and truly valuable they can be, nearly enough. Human beings, for some reason, have a tendency to gravitate towards what's negative. I have no idea why. It doesn't make any sense. From an evolutionary standpoint, it doesn't really help you. Biologically speaking, I don't think there's a reason for it. But we do have a tendency to sort of gravitate towards the negative things. And when we start thinking of the negative things, they start sort of compounding. Actually, straight out, like, exponentially multiplying like bunnies. And we have so much to worry about, and so much to, be anxious about and tense, that we forget to enjoy the positives too. And it just consumes us, and we can't even see them anymore. And that's really, really sad. It's really unfortunate. Yeah. Like, the thing is, our mood has kind of a set point, the same way their weight does. The limbic system, like when you have MRI scans, the limbic system notes that people who are content, easygoing, relaxed, happy people tend to think a little bit more on the right side of their limbic system. And people who are strung out, anxious, depressed, not so happy, tend to be on the left side. Like, they tend to think more on the left side of that. And when I say, like, MRI scans, I mean, like, your brain lights up a little bit, because there's contrast and that kind of stuff. But, anyway, the really exciting thing is that you can shift that set point. So, if yours is a little bit more to the left than you would like it to be, you can actually shift it through behavioral and cognitive thinking and ways of behaving, and so that it's more favorable for you. And, physiologically, being positive is really helpful too. If you're, thinking in a positive way, you're more apt to be breathing very well, or breathing a lot more well, and then with better breathing, your oxygen saturation rate is higher, there's more blood in your brain, your muscles are being fed more, and it's just good in like 1,000 trillion different ways. With brain activity, you get your serotonin levels up and that kind of stuff. Anyway, it's just a good idea to be thinking in a way that is conducive to, an ideal body state. But nobody does it. Well, not nearly enough people. So I think it's just, and the reason I thought I would do this video today is because I totally forgot that this week. And lo and behold, it was hard to get up. It was hard to, enjoy my classes. It was hard to want to get up to swim, to go for a run or whatever, because it was just hard. I didn't want to do it. One of the thoughts that I've had for a while now that's been really, really not comforting and really sort of anxiety provoking is this thought that I can count on the fact I have more than one tomorrow. For the first time in my life, I'm not living in crisis or in chaos, and I can count on the fact that I have a future. Now, that's a really beautiful and wonderful thing, but it's also very daunting just because I will always be prone to mood disorders. I will always feel moods very, very intensely. And I have some life, or some stuff that I deal with in my life that is, well, frankly, quite depressing. And I didn't know that I could deal with all that for more than one tomorrow. And that was just, it was just getting me down a lot, and I was forgetting that there are really beautiful things outside of that. That, you know, I love to move, that I love color, that, you know, my closet is organized in a rainbow. It's just tiny little things, and flowers, and just, like, fake flowers. It's winter up here, there's no flowers. But I just forgot that there is so much that I'm grateful for. Someone loves me, someone cares about me, I love and care about someone. You know, there are people rooting for me. I have a talent. You know, I have something to be proud of. You know, I just forgot all that. And forgetting that is not a good idea. It definitely didn't work to my advantage. So yeah, so find some way to, that's the other thing too, is people think, oh, well, only be around people that bring you up. That's impossible. Because, let's face it, 85% of the population is not, you know, set out to make your life wonderful. And we do have a tendency to draw towards the negative. So it's really, really important that your environment around you be set up so that it'll lift you up. Make sure that it's, you know, clean, that it's, or messy if that's what you prefer. You know, that it's colorful and bright and just homey and you, and that's the kind of thing that works for me. Make sure there's music around that you like, and it's just, don't diminish how moralizing or how really empowering that is. Yeah, so positives, remember them, make a list of them, love them, love life, and I will see you next week.